Supply via agent. This article establishes the VAT treatment for the supply of goods and services when conducted through an agent. It distinguishes between two key types of agency relationships and explains how VAT applies in each case. The classification of the agent's role determines whether the principal or the agent is responsible for the supply and the corresponding tax obligations. 1. Supply via an agent acting in the name of and on behalf of a principal. A. When an agent acts in the name of and on behalf of a principal, the transaction is considered to be a supply by the principal. B. In this case, the agent is merely a facilitator or intermediary, and the principal retains the full responsibility for the supply, including VAT obligations. C. The principal is treated as the supplier of goods or services, and VAT is applied based on the principal's tax status and VAT registration. D. The agent's role is typically limited to negotiating transactions, finalizing agreements on behalf of the principal, facilitating the transfer of goods or provision of services. E. Since the supply is legally recognized as belonging to the principal, any VAT charged on the transaction must be collected by the principal, reported in the principal's VAT return. F. Example. A real estate agent acting on behalf of a property owner arranges the sale of a building. Since the agent is acting in the name of and on behalf of the owner, the transaction is considered a supply by the property owner, and the VAT liability remains with the owner. 2. Supply via an agent acting in his own name. A. If an agent acts in his own name, but on behalf of another person, the supply is legally considered a direct supply by the agent. B. In this case, the agent is treated as the supplier and is responsible for VAT compliance, including charging VAT on the transaction, collecting VAT from the customer, reporting VAT in the agent's own tax filings. C. This means that, although the transaction may ultimately benefit another party, the principal, the agent is legally responsible for the tax treatment of the supply, the reporting of the transaction in his own VAT records. D. Example. A travel agency buys hotel rooms in bulk under its own name and then sells them to customers. Since the travel agency is acting in its own name, the sale is treated as a direct supply by the agency, and the agency is responsible for charging and reporting VAT. 3. Key differences between the two scenarios. Supplier. 1. Supplier. Agent on behalf of principal, the principal is the supplier. Agent in own name, the agent is the supplier. 2. VAT responsibility. On behalf of principal, the principal collects and reports VAT. In own name, the agent collects and reports VAT. 3. VAT recording. On behalf of principal, appears in the principal's VAT records. In own name, appears in the agent's VAT records. 4. Agent's role. On behalf of principal, facilitates supply but doesn't own it. In own name, acts as a direct supplier. 4. Importance of proper classification in VAT compliance. A. Businesses and agents must correctly classify their agency relationships to ensure proper VAT registration and compliance, accurate tax reporting to the Federal Tax Authority, FTA, avoidance of misclassification penalties. B. Misclassifying an agency arrangement can result in VAT being incorrectly charged or omitted, errors in VAT returns leading to fines or audits from the FTA. 5. Application of Executive Regulation. The executive regulation of this decree law may provide additional details on specific conditions for classifying an agent's role, obligations for VAT registration in different agency structures, special cases or exceptions where different VAT treatments may apply. For more details, contact us.